We all know the further into the path we get, we need support with ascension. Yes, we do cover masculine, feminine, and karmic, and also the education content up and coming relating to your twin flame path. If this is something you need and you want that added support, not just a reading, come through and join the tribe. We have an exclusive private members hub away from the karmics. Love and light, let's get into the read. Welcome back, Divine Feminines. Yes, we are here to do your update for Volume 4. And if you don't know what that means, we do weekly content. We also have the Members Hub. This is actually provided to the members before the main platform. So if you want to become a member, come through. We do live updates in there. I jump on if I feel that you guys might need an additional coaching session. And we do look at the overall, as well as try to give you tips for ascension, because as much as we do know, we want to know what's going on, we also want to know how to keep grounded during these processes that can be deeply emotional. Now, moving into the end of this month, okay, we're gonna be having the moon moving into Cancer. We can have a lot of inner child coming up, a lot of creativity, and we really want to keep as organized as possible. I think after the full moon in Sagittarius, it did feel very foggy for us. And spiritually, there might have been a lot of disillusionment. What I'm seeing coming up in the cards, which I have been doing before, the good, the bad, and the ugly, I feel we're going to continue on that trend, because I feel sometimes looking at the past, if it's going to serve a purpose, it can really benefit us. But we are going to look at, you know, how to really keep you balanced and what beautiful blessings can be coming your way. And I do feel at the moment, particularly, you can be feeling a little bit confused because you haven't got any communication, and some of you, even from a frequency sense, can feel very exhausted and feel a little bit unsettled. We do have the message as your crowning energy, and it's in reverse. So some of you, it's almost like there could be, you know, I could say distortion, but I don't really feel that. I feel more the confusion of the lack of communication. Sometimes misunderstanding what is said, or misunderstanding why there's no communication. The message, positive news, positive outcome. I feel it's almost like you're thinking to yourself, does this mean that something is negative? It could be that something has happened and the way you're feeling to do with the circumstance isn't feeling as positive. But it is because of the, you know, the energy of our ascension and what's happening with us. So it's like we're saying to ourselves, where is my bliss? Where's my happy ending? What can I do to change my vibration so I, like the laws of attraction, I can attract it back in? We're going to look at your past, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we're going to get into the thick of the read. Now, I did on this occasion use Abraham Hicks cards, more so because we did have, there's potential of a lot of psychic attacks, especially when you're run down. Best advice I can give you is after the Sagittarius moon, until the point that we reach the new moon in Cancer, which can be a time when we become very nostalgic. We look at those values. We want to be home. And we've got the Nine of Hearts here as what you're moving towards. It's like, I'm almost hearing Dorothy, click, click, go home. And it's more to do with, you know, home is where the heart is. And so it's about trying to come to this nurturing zone. There's a lot of inner child coming up at the moment, and it is also a healing of the divine feminine. I feel we're going to tap back into that creativity. What I am seeing at the moment is there's emotions relating to our childhood coming up. There is emotions relating to, it could be for some of us, a karmic feminine. This doesn't have to be a romantic partner. This could be a parent. It could be a sister. It also can be within our own self, and we're looking at both sides of that coin. But it's almost like spiritually we want to be protected. The guide's saying that you directly are protected. You are looking for harmony and bliss in your life, and so what you're really being attracted to at the moment is something that is very calm, very neutral. It's like you try, but you're finding that within yourself. Now, we're going to dig into that in a minute. Okay, so the good of what you're moving away from, and something that came out of it is that you're learning that some of the things, and this was one revelation I had, it was bloody horrible. It was almost like I was thinking, okay, have I actually been manifesting? Like, it was almost like all our fear-based frequencies come to fruition. And so I was sort of like, heck, am I actually doing this? Like, do I have that much power? And I really did. I really messed up. So I think this revelation is from and I'm noticing the rainbow, which this morning when I channeled the Twin Flame Collective, it was funny because Divine Masculine was coming through very foggy and distorted. Not in a negative way, like they were doing something nasty, but more in a emotional, very foggy, disillusioned, kind of like a deer through the woods trying to get out. And I feel within the embodiment of our everyday life, that's how we are. We're trying to get up and be zealous, but emotionally in our body, we're going to probably get a bit lazy coming into the month. And I don't think it's that we are lazy. I think it's just that we're zoned out. Really, you know, our butts are being kicked for 5 months as the Divine Feminines with the North Node. So I feel spiritually like, okay, there's got to be an easier way. And I do feel psychologically, some of you, it can be that your guides are showing you signs. You've gone through a huge change, the fives. A lot of the patrons in the house for seeing fives. And for me, spiritually, where I am on my path as a twin flame guide as well as a twin flame, I'm in my union, there is a point you will stop seeing the numbers. Because I channel for the collective, I do see them, and I know it's a stage you guys are at. Fives aren't fun. And that doesn't mean that those of us in union don't have ascension. They're still not fun, but it's necessary change. So it felt in the last 2 months that there has been this massive upheaval and tower moments and throwing us really in the deep end and scrambling to try and get our pieces together. But spiritual, I think you're having a revelation that you're a mass manifester. And I'm seeing with this card, I feel there's 2 guides on the other side that are protecting you. It may be on your twin flame side as well as yours. You're having a revelation that you do have choices now. You're making a very conscious choice. You can feel within this twin flame connection that it's very humanized. It's really quite scary when that happens because we are looking at it very realistically. More than likely, this is coming through because of the fact that Neptune's going retrograde, so we're being extremely strict, and we're turning into. And it doesn't mean to say all the feminines are girls, but I'm just going to use it as a metaphor. We're either a yes or a no, okay? And I kind of get that coming through. So doesn't mean that that's not so. I feel it's more so we're accepting where something stands. It doesn't mean that it's pretty, but you're also accepting what you directly need, which is peace and bliss and happiness and somewhere over a rainbow analogies. But you're manifesting this in because you're starting to believe that you're not going to dream about that 5D. You are, and this is where you actually anchor it in. At a cycle, you will have this unconscious knowledge. It's almost like you know this person. It's like you feel there's the serendipity between the connection, and it's very addictive. Then it shifts to another paradigm where it is very, how would I explain it? Like you're afraid of them, you're running, but you're moving back into it. You're going in where angels fear to tread. Then you have a separation stage. For some of you, not all of you. Some people can actually do this work inside it, which I don't know how, but anyway. Then there's a third stage, and that is between the dark night of the soul, the ups and downs, and absolute psychic attacks. And unfortunately, at the moment with this portal, what you're going through, if you find that it's really hard, I just want to say to you, there's light. There is light that's coming, and it won't affect you later. But it's extremely important to understand that through that third eye, right, you can control what comes in and what comes out. So it's about shifting your energy. It's almost like if you get a download psychically and you're like, oh, that's scary. I don't like that. And you're fearing maybe somebody's going to call you or something bad's going to happen. You psychologically can shift that into a rainbow energy of a different channel. And I feel if you can do that, that is something that will benefit you. Because at a point through your ascension, smudge sticks won't work. And that's because you're becoming the crystal. You are becoming the healer that you absorb things, but you detox them also. So if you feel you're gaining fluid and you're not letting things go, take a moment, step back, drink fluid, be for a minute. Just, do some meditation if you have to. Be present in the moment. I feel you're going to be able to detox that, and I do feel it's going to shift. What's the other thing I can say? My guides are asking me to say more. Once you can achieve that, you get the heavy ascension. I feel through this portal, it has hit us quite a bit. As Neptune goes retrograde, anything that was hidden is coming to the forefront. then we can anchor our energy back in and we'll proceed forward. So if there are any blockages that are coming up, you're going to find it's going to be very temporary, and I'm just noticing it's quite dark, probably because I'm tired. Anywho, and I feel the movement forward. So if there is a blockage and you find that you felt that universe was cursing you, it's shifting. Ask your guides to help you. Ask for assistance, okay? Connect in, do some meditation. I think the good thing is something good from the past is coming back. Now, the bad part of what you're walking away from, and it's what you're walking away from, so that's great, right? I can always turn my attention to what I want, which is the revelation with Jupiter and Mars and Aries of the power you do have. And I know we don't like that, but it's almost this, and this is why our aura can be, with our guides, coming onto us quite strictly. And you've embodied it. It's not that we're saying, okay, we need all bad people out of our life. No, initially through an ascension process, you will. You run for the hills, which, you know, some of you can be going into hermit mode, wanting to go home. Dorothy, where can I go back to that innocence? You'll later on understand and realize that you can be around different people and it won't affect your aura the way it is. I do feel an aura upgrade is an aura upgrade. And you can find videos on YouTube, which is fantastic, which I will be creating some for the website soon. I'll do the guided meditation as promised. Those things can protect you. So I would use tourmaline. You can use amethyst, but at the moment our crowns are quite active. So you want to know that your aura is upgraded before you do that. You don't want to open it up any further than necessary because you will be more inclined to psychic attacks. My guides are asking me to also advise if you feel that energy in the 5D coming through to the 4D is very destructive through your ascension, you need to block it out. And as much as we do in the collective kind of promote sending love and light, because you guys are dual energy, during that time, if your aura is down, and I've used this 100 times as an analogy, sending love and light during the time. Would you turn up to care for someone if you were ill? No, you wouldn't. Okay, so from an energy point of view, we are both the 3D world and the 5D. But when we're run down, we're in the 4D. We ain't help to no one. So we're going to project. We're going to get aggressive. We need to come home. We need to get grounded. I do feel you're nurturing yourself, Divine Feminines. I feel you need to listen to your body. Listen to your body, be in harmony, don't freak out, don't feel you're going to lose something, because I feel if you can learn that from the past and you can become grounded, you're going to be able to manifest in and actually enjoy it. But at the moment where the vibe is, it's actually pulling us down and we're feeling a little bit on edge, right? So I feel the bad part is sometimes we accidentally do manifest this, and especially if we believe an individual has power over a masculine or power over us in our life, and we're taking a role on within the connection and believing we need to reshape our life for this individual. I feel you're kind of, it's conditioning. Look at the tree. It's conditioning, you know. Once you identify a desire for wellness, and that's the oxymoron. It's like the 5D looks beautiful, it's safe there, and then you look at the 3D, but I'd have to do X, Y, and Z to get there. But are they going to do that? And it's like, come back to this moment. Once you identify a desire for wellness, and don't think of it in health terms, think of it in, close your eyes right now. You are in a beautiful place with your twin. It's really calm. There's no fights. Communication is fantastic. Don't get angry at me. It does happen. It's calm. You're not fighting it. They're not understanding. Sweet. Okay? You're calm. It's beautiful. The smell of the energy in that location is in perfect harmony. It's positive. It's bliss. That's your place. That's where you go to. You will never be able to focus upon lack of it again without feeling negative emotions. So it's almost like when you go to it, you're vibrating it. And so it's almost like you've outgrown a negative cycle. Accept it. That's okay. Don't freak out. Whatever the negative emotion, stop what you are doing or think and say, what is it that I do want? Not what you don't want. Because when we keep repeating what we don't want, oh, what if it comes back? I don't want to talk. I don't want to let them in. What if it happens again? I have never in the 25 years of my twin flame path had the same crap, which is unfortunate because that I could control. So it's basically was telling me, stop wasting your time thinking it's coming back the same. No, we're not making it that easy on you. It's going to come back differently because you're changing. So your abilities are enhancing and your tolerance is enhancing, and what you will and won't do is changing, and that's okay. So what you are moving away from is an old situation. Thank Lord for that, right? We're moving away from it. Forgive yourself if you weren't able to do things. Let it go. Let it go. You don't have to be everything to everyone. The ugly we're moving away from. So the bad part is in our heads about it. We've been thinking about it, but we've got to let it go, and we're letting it go. The portal brought it up. With Sagittarius, it brought all of that shadow energy back up. It made us foggy. It made us scared. We were angry about the lack of movement, conditioning, lineage. Then we're looking at the ugly, okay, the ugly part. It affected our bodies, okay? But now, the ugly part was the ascension, right? That wasn't fun. We could have felt in danger at times through these circumstances. Most people, when they feel a symptom of discomfort or sickness, begin to give their attention to their symptoms and usually slide rapidly into more discomfort and more misalignment. The key is to catch your misalignment early. In other words, whatever you feel negative emotion, that is your signal to reach for a different thought to immediately improve your good feelings of vibration. Now, I'm not saying, and I've done this over the years, not necessarily would all take it away. But the tips I give in the videos I'm going to be making is how to block those psychic attacks, which I think can really benefit you, because that was in the thick of it in 2018 for me. 17 and 18 was Hades for my ascension process. It was a lot of floor work, not from a dance point of view or exercise, but from an emotional point of view. And a lot of shadow work I did, which I continue to do. I feel at the moment it's almost like we're being offered now a leaf, and it's okay. Are you going to choose bliss? And I think the fair base is if we've got an attachment, it's sort of like, but we have to be this way or we won't have a union. The other is, well, I keep getting bloody ascension, so when's it going to get better? And I remember saying back around the mid 2017 to 18, it was like, I need to be a Buddhist monk. I'm going to have to learn to, because it was so horrendous of the emotions. And I literally said, something is going to happen at a collective level to wake everyone up. And I felt very alone when I was going through that. I thought I was going crazy. Yet there were a whole group of you guys on YouTube. Thank God, you're my little family. And it helped me to look at it from a different perspective. Now, number one for me, I just thought I was a psychic medium early on the piece. I didn't know I was a twin flame. And spiritually, the way I look at it now is differently. However, I will say it does calm down. But did it feel ghastly? Yes, it felt ghastly. You're coming out of it. There's going to be about the first week of next month, go easy, okay? Take accountability. We have to be really careful, feminines. Really careful this year into next year. North Node and Taurus, we will be in the media for good and bad reasons. We need to watch ourselves. You planted your seeds, you're going to get your blessings, but know your worth. So I feel if there's something in your environment and you're doing and you don't want to do it, I feel if you don't honor that, that's going to come up in dis-ease and disharmony. And I feel there's some of us will have things we need to cut out of our life. And I don't think this relates to twin, but it is part of your twin flame path, because alignment comes down to your 3D world as well as the spiritual 5D, 3D, right? There's something that you're wanting to cut out. It's like nagging at you. You might want direction. You might have fear and attachment, and it could be, hey, I'm doing this alone. I'm really not liking this. Masculine is also spiritually doing it alone. Both parties have baggages and things we're carrying, and it might be something that we're needing to leave from our life. Now, let's get into your reading. We're going to pull tarot on top of it. I do feel you're moving towards your heart-centered energy. Okay, there's something of a brand new story coming in here. You also don't need to be perfection. I feel you are in the good, the bad, and the ugly, in human nature, right? We are this infinite beauty. And I feel there's a brand new story coming through. Look, you guys have been through it. I do feel there's been a lot of emotions coming in. I do feel some of you were channeling the emotions of your twin and they were feeling the love and the empathy and regret. I also feel your psychic attacks are breaking your heart at the moment. But you could potentially be feeling the emotions that your twin is going through with closure. Especially because we do have the amethyst and the heart. You need to be careful what you let in. That's why I said, if you can... If you feel the energy coming in, what you need to do is breathe in, acknowledge the fact that they're in the thick of it. And then you need to say to yourself, I have been able to do this and I'm coping and I know you can. I believe in you and I believe in me, and then let go and blow it out. This will help them move through their ascension path quicker, and it will also help you get back stable and movement will start happening. To do with this heart chakra clearing at the moment. I do feel in the last few weeks it's probably been pretty challenging for a lot of people. I do feel a conversation coming in the evening. It's just like your heart is, it's expanding. But you're so tired, dolls. You're so tired. It's going to be okay. You're really tired. It's like you've given birth to you. That's about the best way I can describe it. It's like I'm exhausted. There's an emotion. It's like I feel you're going to have a moment of astro travel. If you do get to a space, you do get to sleep, which no doubt it's going to happen. You're going to hit the sack and you're going to be really tired. I think there's a message in a bottle. I'm hearing message in a bottle, and I feel they're saying to you, nobody can take me from you. Nobody can take me from you. I don't want to go. I don't want to leave. I'm staying with you. You is rebuking it. You're like, no, I don't believe you. Not here. It's so funny. When I was hearing terms to do with you're always connected, it was like, what do you mean? I was so humanistic, even though I'm a psychic medium. That's the crazy thing. I think I turned into smolder for a little bit, embodying a little bit of the divine masculine. Some of you are feeling, look, you're not here, so therefore I'm lonely, and I actually, and when you get to that, it's generally your guides are directly going to bring in your connection, usually because you're rebuking the 5D and you're wanting both. You're wanting this spiritual connection, but you want it in 3D. You're getting bored. You're ready for the next chapter. It can look a bit bratty at times. I've been there, done that. But generally what you'll find is a chain of events occurring to bring that connection in. Next chapter, are you? Spiritually you are, emotionally we're tired. Yeah. There's old things coming up. This is what you're questioning. Are these old things going to keep cropping up? They end up being different. There can be something to do with the third party energy and it's nagging on you. This can even be those of you in union. It's like, you know, a circumstance. And it's kind of off to the left, really. But ultimately, I feel divine feminine. This spiritual connection. Another thing, some of you can be getting a bit like, oh, God, you know, how am I going to function? How am I going to actually have a life with all of this emotion and energy up in my frequency? It is going to settle down as Neptune goes retrograde. But at the moment, you're kind of thinking to yourself, gee, how am I going to function in my everyday life? Protection. Okay. I'm seeing the key to life, the sun and the eye, and I feel it's psychic protection. This connection is protected. You're going to have a revelation. I feel this revelation's coming in. Some of you have been considering, look, I just want to move forward. Others of you are thinking, how would I move forward and be stable in a connection if I'm getting psychic attacks? Like, how am I going to poker face that one? Been there. You haven't lost this person. This person has not gone. You have, however, potentially felt manipulated in the past. You have felt, you're almost at your wit's ends thinking, is there something I can say? Do I need to play a chess move here? Don't. Step back, allow. move away from that control, because I actually feel it's going to go more in your favor. If you do find that karmic energies are doing that, it's doing it in your favor. Leave it be. Yeah. This can also be a subject matter towards children as well. But again, I'm feeling it's okay. You don't need to be, you don't need to push. There's no pushing needed. It's going to come to your doorstep. Yep, it's yours. It's going to come to your doorstep. I feel this calming, and I feel as you move into your co-creativity, it's like finding peace in a storm and remaining humble and respectful towards your own integrity. I feel that is beyond the veil. You know who you are. You don't need a tag. You don't need a fancy restaurant. You know the spiritual connection away from the veil. And I feel it's when you reach that acceptance. And I feel this week this is what's playing out. You're being very private with who you tell things to. You're a little bit guarded, but I don't feel broken. I feel you guarded. It's coming in. I do feel there's a family event. I feel there's a group of people getting together, and I do see a divine feminine that is either at a family home. I feel they're either at a group, and it could be a lunch or a dinner, but I do see a group of people around you, and it is sort of a spur of the moment thing. I see a pocket group of you guys actually getting a phone call. Okay, we're going to find out what this phone call's about. Okay, this is about movement. It's quite sudden. You're going to have to, jump on it as you feel fit. Could it be an emergency situation? Yeah, you got to go with the flow. That's what I'm hearing. Go with the flow. We've got the full card. Go with the flow. Okay, others of you, I feel this is this is a group of you that are at a restaurant. I'm actually seeing a table, and I'm seeing it looks like it does look quite lavish. Seeing amber colored lights, like it's got this ambience to it. It's dark. It's very dark in the room. It's a very large room. There seems like there's a counter that's very long, and there's the entry over to the right, and there's a very long counter, and I'm seeing amber lights. So it could be a bar and a restaurant, or it's just the counter, and it's quite lavish. But I do see a divine masculine walking in the room. Somebody's surprising you. There seems to be a bit of a surprise there. Some of you can get a surprise knock at the door. Yeah, you're actually wanting to change it up. I feel a lot of you making a conscious decision to do with your health and diet, to do with doing things that are enjoyable. Some of you are thinking about going on a mini break, maybe a spa, but there feels like there's this self-care and enjoyment. I hear laughter. You might not be as chirpy as you'd like to be, but it's a conscious decision to be present. And I think it's because of that. It's due to the fact you're just fed up with having the same crap. And I think this is where things are shifting. You're actually moving into a higher vibration. Because you really are. It's like you could have, for some of you could have some people becoming very attracted to you. But I do see your counterpart very close. So this week, overall, I am seeing a shift in your energy. I do feel some of you spiritually are actually going to gain more, what would I say? More skills. I think these skills could be of the spiritual energy. And I also see a family member asking you a question. Some of you can win lotto. Again, I can't give you financial advice. This is psychic. One last card, please. What is the overarching energy relating to the divine feminine? You're definitely making plans for the future. The funny thing is, it's almost like the masculine is taking it that you're leaving them. And, or it's just you're very self-focused this week. But overall, I feel be open. Because I do feel divine masculines coming back differently. You're just very fatigued over the last 4 years. I'm going to love you and leave you. I can't wait to see the new tribe. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we have this all shifted about by July. And I'll see you guys during the week. Fridays for the lives. Stay tuned. Hope you can go through and have a look at the masculine, feminine, and karmic all. Love yous.